Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? This week featuring a special Licorice All Sorts edition, starring first of all Ryan Stiles from Los Angeles' Second City Theatre Company, who is very, very tall. From the Comedy Store Players, Sandi Toksvig, who is not very, very tall. Tony Slattery, who for some reason is always very, very naughty. And finally, John Sessions, who is very, 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 very difficult to describe. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. The first game we're going to play is called Authors. So if you'd like to all come forward ready to do this, the idea is this: they tell a story, each adopting a different author's style for their leg of the story. Ryan, which author have you gone for?
I'm going for a kind of an author of a Cosmopolitan magazine type thing.
Cosmopolitan magazine, yes. I suppose it must have an author. Sandy?
I'm going to do Ed McBain, the American detective writer.
Detective writer, yes, Ed McBain, jolly good. Tony?
I'm going to go for a Sunday colour supplement gadget catalogue.
I know something, yes. Yes, I never miss reading them. Never do read them, but I never miss it. John?
Virginia Woolf.
Virginia Woolf, all right. Raising the tone immediately. So can we have a title, please, for a story to be told by those four authors?
A shopping trip.
A shopping trip. OK, with a bit more plot in it, could we... could somebody else add in a bit of plot? A shopping trip to buy something interesting?
Moby Dick.
Moby Dick, all right. A shop... Moby Dick, yes. My grandfather caught Moby Dick, but... I can cure that now. Now, so it's a shopping trip to buy Moby Dick. Where you go, Ryan?
Diane was going out the evening for dinner, and she had decided on a black, low-cut, strapless silk model. But she didn't have the right peg to go with it. She decided to hop in a cab and head down to her local store, where she found a wide assortment of pegs. Black, white, silk, burlap, any sort of peg you want, she found. Who should walk up but the salesman, Roy. Roy was a strapping young man with a matching tie and silk combination, floral pattern, which made him look like the hunky man that he was.
But he wasn't just any ordinary man. No, he was in fact Detective Hackenbush on secret mission. Yes, a private dick. There he was, moping around the store. She looked at him, she thought, boy, that's one Moby Dick. I think I like him. Never mind about this party. Let me sidle up to him.
So, whatever your reasons for sidling up, be they business or pleasure, you can be sure of having a fab time with something which is practical and comfortable as well. Because the Moby Dick harpoon cum tease made with optional snooze button comes in 3 colours: buff, slate and midnight blue, and...
She had felt, Mrs. Dalloway, a strange rebuke, both from the mustard cruet and from the dried flowers she had left on the windowsill. Was it perhaps some odd, attenuated memory of Richard coming back as he might have done from the war? Maybe Fred? Maybe Dick?
Mrs. Galloway was given a survey to list the 3 things she most looked for in a man. Number 1 was a good sense of humor. Number 2, a money account. And number 3, of course, a large penis.
It was one of the largest that had ever been seen in the precinct, as a matter of fact. The detective took it home with him. At East and 40th, he turned left. At 40th and East, he turned right. He walked on ruthlessly. What the hell had happened to Ruth? This wasn't going...
And, of course, a penis that not only mows the lawn and changes the baby...
She had felt... She had felt, Mrs. Ramsay, on the way to the lighthouse, that there was perhaps in Mr. Ramsay a notion, a hint, a mere fractured crystalline moment of thought that could indeed be more than simply a fish or a gannet. Was it as old Peter the gardener had said, so rough-hewn and simple as he was, chiseled with a body of old memory? Was it the fact that he was indeed a whale? She hoped so.
Thank you very much. Excellent author start. Well, that'll be marked on grounds of taste, and 1.5 points to everybody on that one. So now we have a game called Tag. This is going to feature, first of all, Ryan and John. So if you'd like to step forward, Ryan and John. And what we're going to get them to do is to adopt a couple of positions, and from those positions they'll have to improvise a scene. The other two will join the scene and change it to another one by shouting freeze, touching one of the others who'll depart. Sounds simple, doesn't it? So first of all, can you just think of a physical position you'd like to put John Sessions in? Something attainable by him on his own.
On his head.
On his head. Oh, come on, be fair. He's got to actually... A yoga position. So get into a sort of yoga position, John. Can you sort of get on the floor right there? And Ryan, how would you like him?
Kama Sutra.
Sounded good, but I didn't hear what you said. So, on a soup trap, you seem to say.
On a soup trap.
You trap soup, do you? On all fours. On all fours, all right, that's fine. So on all fours, so off to a good physical start. So from that position, they have to think of a situation to improvise in, and away you go.
Oh, I'm sorry, John. I ruined the whole party.
No, it's fine. It's terrific what you did. What came out of you there? It wasn't your lunch. It wasn't your dinner. What came out of you was your pain.
I know. It's just I've been so lonely with...
Please, God, when I wake up, could there be a very tall, nice man there? Oh, hello.
Hello. I was sent by a genie.
Were you? That's a bit of luck. Would you like to come and see some of my nice toys?
No, actually, I'm supposed to have sex with you, from what I've heard. So might as well get right to it.
Oh, right. Okay, I'll lower the sides of the cot.
See you there, John.
I was saving you from yourself, my son. Now, what is all this backing into confession? Now, look, why can't you come in forwards like everybody else?
Freeze.
Mother.
Do you think we're stiffer at dancing than the other couple? No. Well, you're certainly not stiffer than any of the fellas, that's for sure. I mean that in an artistic sense.
Not what you said last night with the...
Okay, now I'm gonna let go. We both free fall for about 5,000 feet.
Okay.
And then we both accord. Ready?
I can't do it! I can't do it! No, I can't. Good, I can't. Good.
When you gotta free fall and let go, man. Let go. You gotta do it and go.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you for that interesting round of tags. Yeah. And with 22 points there, we now play a game called Expert. This is going to feature Tony interviewing Ryan as an expert. So I'd like to come forward and get your stools. Has to be done on stools, this game, obviously. Now, Ryan is going to be an expert on something. Can you think of a nice, obscure sort of subject that he might be expert on?
Metamorphosis of the frog.
Yes, all right. So I think frogs generally, I think, would do it. So you're an expert on that, and Tony's going to interview you. Where you go.
Hello, well, tonight we're lucky enough to have with us Dr. Patricia White. She's a sexy little thing, I think you'll agree. You're an expert on the metamorphosis of the frog, but you're also a very unsuccessful transsexual. How do you combine the two?
Well, as you know, the metamorphosis of a frog, as you know, the tadpole stage, but the little-known Vegas showgirl stage, which comes just before the tadpole stage that not many people know
Indeed, and there is, in connection with that, a dance called the Mexican tadpole dance. Would you like to do it?
Yes, I would, and please join me. As you know, it takes two.
All right.
Let's join fingers.
Yes.
Fingers. And that's pretty well all there is
Yes,
to it.
that's very interesting.
It finds that the sexual desires of the frogs are heightened when this dance is performed in early hours of the evening.
Yes. Tell us about your marriage to Henry Kissinger.
Not much publicized at the point. I found him a bit too old for me. I guess that's why it didn't work out between the two of us, but I understand you're now dating him.
That's right. And he told me when we were... Never mind about that. But he told me that you do a very good impression of a frog giving birth to spawn. Perhaps you could do that for us now.
All right.
I'll hold you back. If you just let yourself fall back, then we can...
All righty.
There we are. Push.
Yes.
I think we lose them now.
You're right. Thank you, Tony.
Well, it's a long time since I've seen an impersonation of frog spawning on television, but so that's worth at least a point, I'd have thought. So yes, let's have a round of interviews with John and Sandi. Now, Sandi's going to interview John, but John's going to be playing a character from the history, from mythology, something like that. Can you suggest some character like that?
Zeus. Bill Shankly.
Odysseus.
Zeus is good. We can't get something as big as Bill Shankly. Let's go for Zeus. And Sandi, can you interview him in the style of Desert Island Discs? So there you are. Away you go.
So, Zeus, what a thrill to have you here in the radio studio. Now, I believe you've picked rather a special first record.
That's correct. I've picked Yesterday, played by the Royal Scots Guards, which is a
And
great
what does it mean
favourite.
to you? What does it stir in your deep mind?
Well, I think maybe because I'm an early sort of civilization deity, it reminds me of the fact that my father, Kronos, time, ate me and my sister and then spewed us out into the universe. And it's funny when you hear those bagpipes, it takes you right back there.
But I mean, surely, and I know it's a very delicate matter, but that kind of abuse as a child must have affected you.
Well, Sue, you're really quite a clever old Thatcherite matron, but apart from that, I have to say this, that anything that happens in your childhood can do extraordinary things. Like, when I was 3 years old, I could just go vimph, and ships would just get blown up in the sea. And that affects you when you've got that sort of power.
Yeah.
But I managed to diminish it by listening to the records of Rod McEwen and the Alexander Brothers. And all after a while, you know, I just didn't have that terrible desire to destroy parts of the universe. You know.
Sorry, I wasn't listening. I was putting on some more lip gloss.
That's
I'm
right.
so sorry. I do
You're a
beg your
funny girl,
pardon.
Sue. You crack me up.
Now, some people would say to you, gosh, what a god among men. What do you say to them?
I'd say they were a bit punchy, but if they were to say it in a low-key voice, I'd say, well, you know, we were strange as well. You know, you're sitting up there in the clouds, you don't know when a 747's going to come across the tea table. You know, it can be difficult.
And what are you going to take with you finally, Zeus, if I may call you that?
Well, one luxury.
Yes, one little luxury.
I'll take a picture of you, Sue, that I can kick.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's have the stools back. Yeah, right. Thank you. All right. Well, that would be a million points each, but there's a penalty for being rude to Sue Lawley. As I'm still trying to get on Desert Island Disc myself. Now, then we come to a game called World's Worst. This features all 4 contestants, so if you'd like to come forward on the World's Worst step, and they have to step forward when they come up with examples of the world's worst person to lead an army into battle. So just as you think of them, when we've got the idea, I'll buzz and we'll move on to the next one, as many as we can do in a very limited amount of time we've got this week. So away you go.
Okay, it's that way.
Look out, it's the enemy! Ah! It's really amazing when you cross the field, right? There's all these little field mice and everything, you know. Be careful, you know.
All right, we're going to be going in about 5 minutes. You guys look great.
OK, men, now just watch out for mines. I know this...
Okay, before we go out, I thought we'd all have a quick curry.
Who did I give the bullets to?
Now, you see, when you go into battle, the important thing you're going to battle is keep alert. Keep alert. And the thing to do is not to chatter on and to lose your concentration. That's a very funny thing happened in the garden last week. No.
It is not as bad as I say. There are more of them, but we've got the gun.
Now, rumour has it that I can't lead my men into battle. Well, that's not true.
Remember, just the Germans, no frogs.
There you go. There you go. The army crossing the field now. There you go.
Let's end on that. Thank you very much. While I work out the points of that game, we'll take a break while I have some advertisements played to you. See you after that. Bye. And the points will be double points all round for that last game. Now we come to a game called Props. They divide into pairings for this. The first pairing being John and Sandi. So if you'd like to take this item, And,
you so much.
and you've got to come up with as many different ways of using that as possible. At the same time, we have another item here for Ryan and Tony, and you've got to come up with different ways of using that and see how we go. So, starting with you, John and Sandy, go.
Come through the gate. Come through the gate to my house, will you please? That's the first sentence, and teach yourself English. Okay.
It is a cheap episode of Doctor Who, and I'm one of the flipper people.
Perhaps I won't need it, darling. You're not as tall as I thought.
No.
You spare some change?
Hello, everybody.
What is the name of this ship? It's called the Titanic.
Stingray! Stingray!
Shall we look at John through the square window? There's John. Can you see him?
No, I'm out here now.
And now, the smallest person in the world diving competition.
Hello. Something interesting, if you're a real bore, is this 14th century piece of equipment for clipping the hedges. So don't clip some hedges.
And now the ancient Cornish spectacle of schlubbity dancing.
Thank you very much. That's in there. Thank you for those props. Right. There it is. Yes. Yes, a lot of points there, with double points for Tony. Now we go on to a game called Party Quirks. This is going to feature Sandi Toksvig as the host of a party. The other contestants are going to be the guests of the party, but each of the guests has been allocated a strange quirk or way of behaving. They look at the envelope. Each of them got an envelope in front of him, and they'll see that quirk. Sandi's got to guess what those weird pieces of behaviour are, just from the way it's being improvised. So, Sandy, if you'd like to come down ready to improvise the party, I'll bring the others in at the sound of a doorbell. And the others coming in, I think, in the order of Tony first, then Ryan, then John. Has the party started, or are you just you're warming up?
Yes, I'm just checking my makeup.
Yep.
Little tiara, black silken number, high heels. Oh, I hope Donald doesn't mind I've taken his clothes out of the wardrobe. I just love a come-as-you-are party. Hello!
Get down!
What?
Get down, Searchlight! Shh. I bought some earth in.
Oh, I'm so pleased. Is it going to be one of those ethnic parties? Oh, that's lovely. Would you like a drink?
I'll just bury the earth first.
You
Okay.
can have it in a tin cup if you'll feel happier.
Thank you very much. Lovely. And I've left the wooden horse outside.
Excuse me, just one moment. Hello, come in. Oh, my goodness.
Hi, how are you?
I'm very well.
So happy to be here. Hey, who brought the turds?
I'm awfully sorry. Do you mind?
Oh, these Yankees are such fun, but I'm bloody glad they're on our side.
There's obviously no flies on you, eh?
Is that a guess?
on you.
Fly?
No,
Yes,
flies on
very
you.
good for
Yes,
Ryan.
that's
Yes, Gotta get your guesses nice and clear.
Sandy,
Yes, look.
you stay there. I'm just going to put on a clean cricket jumper, and then we can get down to work.
Don't put a green cricket jumper on because I've got to answer the door. Why don't you just tunnel your way out of here?
All right.
Well, I think you've got a guess there. I think you've been guessed, Tony.
Oh, good.
I've heard hysterical women say they're tired of the palette and the fiddle bow.
Yeah, but they're all gits, aren't they? Would you like a drink?
Is it in a goblet sweet of wine and hope? Or is it a cup of fruition? The beat's wrong. I don't know.
I'm sorry, I don't think you're on my list, as a matter of fact. Are you the new people from number 4?
I move about. I go into the spaces between people and find poetry.
Oh, that's right, you are a git.
So I got a last guess on
I'm
this.
just sensitive. Sensitive to the flowers, the little tulips here, the little yellow daisies. And it's very...
You're allowed to work poet.
Yes, that'll do. Very good. Yes, a poet, potential student poet. That'll do. And that's 7 points, I think, there to everybody. Now we come to a game called Remote Control. This features all 4 contestants playing each of them a different television programme. So you'd like to come down. The idea of this, I'll be flipping between channels and seeing the different programmes, but bizarrely discovering that each programme is dealing with the same general sort of topic. So can we think of as a nice general topic that they might all be dealing with?
Medicine.
Sheep shearing. Yes, sheep shearing I think will just about do. It's a difficult one for you though, I think. But Ryan, can you be doing a sort of Jacques Cousteau type programme? Sandi, Body Matters. Tony, Jim Will Fix It, and John, The Sky at Night. So all those programmes are dealing with sheep shearing. Starting with you, please, Sandi.
Hello. Does your body matter? Mine doesn't, as you can see. But I brought into the studio today a sheep who's about to be sheared. So a sheared sheep, their body's going to matter to them because that's all that's going to be left. We're going to
Tony.
Well, as it happens, this sheep wrote in and said he wanted to change places for one day with the Duchess of York. And we did it, and no one noticed any difference.
Ryan.
And while the rest of the crew is in the water chasing the elusive ship shark, I shall be on deck mixing martinis for myself.
John.
Now, there's lots of theories that sheep might be on the planet Uranus. Unfortunately, it's not really true at the moment. Now, if you are going to see sheep on any planet at all, it's going to be Mars. Not this summer, not next summer, but perhaps 50 years before, or from now. I'm going backwards and wearing a new suit.
Tony.
And we had a tragic letter, and this sheep was born with anthrax, and he wrote in to say, could he come on the show, and could we put him down? So that's what I'm going to do now.
Ryan.
The unpredictable sheep shark suddenly turned on the crew. In a vicious attack, he began ripping legs, arms, noses, and ears. I was flabbergasted and began to start the engines for my quick getaway.
John.
Now, sheep aren't often in the studio. Usually I speak to somebody from Mount Palomar or even Mount Rushmore. This week I do have merino sheep. Hello, Bill. Now, I understand that when you first went to the asteroids, you didn't see any other sheep there. Yes. Now,
Sandi.
We've got Joan Collins here, yes? It's a bit of example of mutton dressed up as lamb. Now...
Tony.
And the other thing, of course, Mavis, the little sheep, wanted to do was make love with a clapped-out DJ. So we're going to do that.
John.
Now, some people like to count sheep at night to help them get to sleep. What I do is I climb up into the sky and put on a stick, because I'm so mentally mad and everything in this very, very large, ill-fitting suit, and I sing Gilbert and Sullivan early in the morning, that I put on a large stick and planes and asteroids bang into my head all night long, which concuss me to sleep. Good night.
Okay, let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. That I see is the very last game, and totaling out the points, I see that Tony Slattery is this week's winner. So well done, Tony. And the prize for winning, as usual, is to do the credits in a style of my choosing, and I'd like you to do it in the style of David Attenborough, please, Tony. So just remains for me to thank Ryan Stiles, Sandi Toksvig, Tony Slattery, John Sessions. It's me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
I'm standing in the middle of the Whose Line Is It Anyway studio, where the music was by Dick Hibbard, which is a very rare type of beetle. I've just stood on him. He was the last one in existence, and padding noiselessly around me are the stage manager, Hilary Groves, Joe Thompson, the lesser-spotted costume designer, and of course in the middle of the Serengeti, where there's no production accountant or indeed production assistant, but there's Jane Bigger, who's a vast elephant and precisely the type of thing which we need to preserve in order to let me have a floppy sort of boyish hairstyle. There.
Right, hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway for this very special Christmas edition. In fact, there we are. And unlike most Christmas editions, this is in fact being recorded really quite close to Christmas. In fact, rather closer to Christmas than it's being shown. But here we are. Should be just in time to catch Hanukkah, I'm told. Which is good because Hanukkah is, of course, the Hebrew for Channel 4. So here we are improvising on the night after Boxing Day. We have, first of all, Greg Proops, who is from the West Coast of America, then Josie Lawrence of the Comedy Store Players from the West Midlands of England, then the comedian named after possibly the dullest bit of West London, Paul Merton. He's also the man behind many of Julian Clary's stickiest moments. And then someone who must be one of the It must be one of the best Danish comedians working in England at the moment, Sandi Toksvig. And Tony Slattery, let's face it, is not one of the best Danish comedians working in England at the moment. And finally, in this monster six-person lineup, we have the man who is Father Christmas, Mr. Holly, the three wise men, and several Christmas puddings rolled into one, Mike McShane. Right. Those are the contestants, and we start the show with a game of authors featuring Greg, Sandy, Tony, and Mike. If you'd like to step forward, please. And as you know, this game, the contestants come along with the name of an author in mind, and they're going to tell a story in that author's style. So, Greg, which author have you gone for?
I've chosen C. Clement Moore.
Oh, right. He wrote the Night Before Christmas.
Yes.
Yes, well, very well known in America. And Sandy.
I thought I'd do Jane Asher's Book of Party Cakes.
Right, yes. Just to keep the cultural level high. Tony Slattery.
In the style of a child's letter to Santa.
Very, very sweet. And Mike?
Robert Heinlein, a recently deceased science fiction author.
Yes, you're doing it, writing as he was when he was alive, presumably. Not that it matters as a science fiction author. Now, can we have the title of this story for them to tell? It's just that it could be Christmassy, it doesn't have to be Christmassy.
Santa gets lost.
Santa gets lost. That's Christmassy enough, I suppose. Can we have a bit more plot in that? That might be Santa gets lost where?
On the London Underground.
On the London Underground, right. Make it easy for you, Greg. Start off, Santa gets lost on the London Underground. I'll buzz when we've got the idea of your section and move on. Where you go.
'Twas the night before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas. Almost Christmas Day, and Santa was lost on the London subway. The tube was all roaring toward Old Acton town, and Santa was knackered because he didn't know where he was around.
Actually, you can make a super Santa's knockered cake yourself. Now, all you're going to need is a lot of fondant icing and a tremendous amount of space in the kitchen. It helps, of course, to be immensely wealthy and have a kitchen rather like I've got. But it can be done in a kitchenette with a small Swiss roll and a large bowl.
Dear Santa, don't bring me a large bowl like you brought me last year, you fat git, because I specifically wrote to you and said I wanted a Masters of the Universe torpedo with batteries in it, but my sister disappeared with it into her bedroom.
Yes, his sister disappeared into the underground sex club of Rigel 5, where millions of reindeer had packed themselves down on the subway for a quick and hurried ride to the Grot Club, where Santa was going to deliver a big package of roast beef, because he knew that's what the Martians liked. The reindeers rubbed their antlers in glee, chuckling, because they weren't ordinary reindeers. These were reindeers from Venus. Venusian reindeers had one thing on their mind: unsafe sex and bad hygiene!
Greg?
Yes, the reindeers were randy. They wanted a bonk. And so they knocked Santa down and started to tronk. They did.
Of course, you can get a very good quick effect by just 2 large balls of marzipan and a Yule log.
And want a Yule log and I want one of those Tiny Tears doll who dumps in her pants.
That was the one thing they were afraid of, the reindeers. They couldn't give antler rot to tiny dolls that dumped in their pants.
Thank you. Let's end that there, please. Thank you very much. Well, I think that's worth 5 points each, with a bonus for taste to nobody. So now let's move on to a game called Film and Theatre Styles. This is going to feature Josie and Paul. I'm going to give them a little scene in a moment. We want some different film theatre styles, as you probably know if you've been to these recordings before. Got any film style? Hitchcock, yes, that's... Oh, yes, I always say that. Pantomime, yes. Disaster. We've never had that before, and ever, I don't think. Any more?
Science fiction.
Science fiction. Right. OK, so your scene is Paul. You're a carol singer, and you're arriving at somebody's house. OK, just do it any old style, and then...
just do it any old style?
Any old style, then I'll cut in with some as we get to them.
OK. Good King's Wenceslas, give us your money! Good King Wenceslas!
Look, why don't you... Roger!
Helen!
What are you doing here?
Well, I'm just earning some money for
Earning
Christmas.
some money, but you were the richest boyfriend I ever had.
Ah.
Hitchcock.
Yes, I did say I had a lot of money, didn't I?
Come in. It's cold outside, and
right.
I've only got a towel on. I'm taking a shower, you see.
Okay, shall I close the... Hang on. There's a lot of crows outside in your garden.
Yes, aren't there? Go away!
If you look through the rear window...
Oh, after the bell, I'm afraid, doesn't count.
Oh, OK, come up here and do it yourself, then. Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go and I'll piss off then. I'll go home. No, if you don't like rear window, sod it up.
Can you manage to do a bit of pantomime, Paul, while you're in this good humour?
Yes, I suppose so.
Oh, Buttons! The ugly
Oh, I'm
sisters
sorry.
have gone off to the ball.
Have they?
Yes! And I'm left here to clean out the cinders.
Oh, well, that's awful. They've gone to the ball and left you... What?
They've gone to the ball and left me
Look,
all alone.
you see that mouse scurrying down there?
Yes?
Well,
Science fiction.
if you put a magic spell on that mouse,
Yes?
it will turn into Giles... It'll turn... It'll turn into a man with a nice smile on his face. What's... Oh, my God, what's that? What? Helen, what is it? Helen, there's...
Oh, sorry.
Sorry?
Just, this makeup's having a bit of an allergy on my skin.
Let's end on disaster.
Mind you, a face like that, I mean, you're lucky that anyone invites you out, really.
Roger, don't say that. Oh, what's all that water coming out of the bathroom? I left the shower on.
Oh, no, you have to shower on?
Oh, what are we going to...
Oh, the earthquake is coming in. Oh, no, not an earthquake at Christmas time. Look out for the giant bats.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Let's end there. Yes. Righty-ho. Okay. Right. That's worth 19 points each. Unfortunately, only getting 17. Now we go to film and theatre styles featuring Greg and Mike. So step forward, Greg and Mike. We give them a scene to act in just a moment. First, we'd like some film theatre style. Laurel and Hardy. That's good. At least Western. Yes, that's street theatre.
Romance.
So I thought, right. Well, you're having one, or you're suggesting one? Could be either. So that'll be fine. Now, your situation is... Greg, can you play a child, a kid?
I'm afraid no. Contractually, I'm forbidden to.
Well, thank you for watching Whose Line Is It Anyway? We'll be showing it... No, can I just persuade you to do that? And, Mike, can you be the real Santa Claus? So Greg is discovering the real Santa Claus. It could be a nice, touching scene, this. On the other hand, it could be a complete disaster. So I'll give you some stars in a moment. There you go.
I wonder what time it is. It must be the middle of the night. Oh, the cookies are still here, and so is the carrots that I left for Rudolph. Freeze! Freeze, mother! I'll blow your head off!
It's me, Timmy. It's Santa!
How do I know you're not just some mugger who came into the house to take all my stuff?
The anatomically correct Cabbage Patch doll you wanted this year?
Holy jeepers!
Romance.
Give me that doll. Yes, Cindy, I know it seems odd. We've only known each other a short while, but... Oh, Greg, stop. Yes, I'd like to take you to the 6th grade cookie bash. Santa, how can I ever repay you?
You can put that flippin' doll away and give me the love that dare not squeak its name.
Western.
Oh, partner, you can mount these tiny reindeer and we can ride the range.
Yeah!
Ouch! Yeah! Look out behind it! My worst enemy, Donald Trump!
Ow, Santa, can we stop? The antlers are kind of gory.
Laurel and Hardy.
What do you think you're doing throwing that reindeer away?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to throw it away.
Every time I come down the chimney, you play with the doll, you go upstairs, and you leave me completely alone.
Thank you.
You deserved it.
Let's end on a beach movie. A beach movie.
Hi, Moon Timmy. How's it going? It's me, Tammy Santa.
Say, those are some swell hooters you got there.
Thanks a lot. I figured you'd use them as a flotation device system when we go out on the beach.
All right. Well, there's hardly any beach, but there's tons of bitchin' snow.
Wow, let's snow surf and sing the snow surfing song.
All right.
Hey, nanny, let's snow surf.
Snow surf.
Snow surf.
Snow surf.
We're riding on the waves, they're thick and wide. We're gonna ride the big snow waves all night. Let's
Snow surf.
Snow surf. Snow surf.
I'm going on all this hard-packed powder. It's like flying on a bunch of cold chowder. Let's snow surf.
Snow surf. Say.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. Well, we had the occasional mention of Santa Claus in there, so 49 points each. Now we got a game called Song Styles. This features Mike, first of all. Step forward, Mike, please. Now, what we're going to do is to get a topic for Mike to sing about. It could be a Christmassy thing, just any item, any Christmassy item.
A loo brush. Oh.
The loo brush, yeah. You get lots of exciting Christmas presents, you get. Crackers, that sounds more like it. Crackers. Hang on, no, I'm not compiling my Christmas list. Okay, so you've got to make up a song on the spot about crackers, helped, as you're going to be, by Richard Vranch of the Comedy Store Players on piano or guitar or possibly anything else, but we need a style for Mike to sing. Jazz. Jazz. I don't know have we done jazz?
No,
Let's do jazz. We get crackers in the style of jazz. Pop. Bang. Bang.
Hey, pull the string on the cracker, jump back jack, it's a firecracker, it's gonna rip open, got a prize, it's gonna be a great big surprise in that cracker. Well, yeah, it's that cracker. It's so slick with string around, you pull it off and it goes to the ground, and you got the toys all on the ground, and there they are with the crackers open wide. Way inside, I love that cracker thing, and I'll get that cracker, baby, and then I'll sing. I'll do the cracker move now. When you get under the tree and you see that cracker, 1, 2, 3, you take it by both ends, and then, my friend, you pull real hard. It blows right up. You burn your fingers, scorch your face, but you can't beat it any place you get that cracker. Jazz cracker, jazz cracker.
Very good. Very good. Right. Okay. Excellent. Excellent. Now it is Josie's turn. We stick with crackers, but we need another style for.
Swiss yodeling.
Oh, very useful. I think that's they don't have any words in it, I don't think. So,
Swiss yodeling's all right.
you can do Swiss yodeling, all right. I was trying to be helpful, but.
Running, running, running in the deep snow. Everything is frozen, even the fountain. But merrily, 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 merrily I go up to the top of the mountain. Let's stand under the mistletoe. You can give me a great big smacker. Come on, darling, see what I've got. Come on, pull my cracker. And it goes yodeling, 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 yodeling. And inside there's a plastic toy and a motto. A little motto.
Okay. Right. Very good. Not only was that a brilliant improvisation, that's Switzerland's entry for next year's Eurovision Song Contest. So let's have Josie and Mike back on, and let's do a duet with you, still about crackers. Do we need a style for that? Good movement there.
I was overwhelmed by the song.
The set was overwhelmed by you. Now, Do we need a style? Musical. Have you done musical? Yeah, let's do it. Vaudeville, you know?
Okay, all right, got it.
So we have to translate into American for Josie, oddly enough. But, so, where you go?
Hello, my darling.
Hello, dear. Come now, it's Christmas time.
And I've got a present for you.
Oh, let me see it do. Oh!
I've got a mighty big cracker. Pull on the end and it'll pop. When you yank on my cracker, it goes pop, pop.
Oh, darling, there's nothing you lack, no nothing, sir, you lacquer. Oh, come, we'll have lots of fun, pouring lots of crackers.
I'll grab one end, I'll yank it this way, and look what fell to the floor.
It's a little toy of plastic.
That's all I could afford.
Let's read the joke inside. I say. What made the chicken cross the road?
Because it's completely gay.
There you go. Fantastic. No. Well, great stuff, but I've got to hold it there because we've got to have a break, so see you after that. Bye. Well, 94 points for that last game, but for reasons of official secrecy, I can't tell you who I gave them to. Now we come to a game called The Rap. This features all 6 contestants who'd like to come forward. Very popular game with the contestants. So line up there, and perhaps you can have a suggestion, please, for maybe not a Christmas topic, maybe a New Year topic for them to... Hangover, that's a good one. Hangover rap. So we'll start with Mike, move along the line to Greg, and when the drummer joins us, then it's a hangover rap. Okay, Mike.
I drank too much last night. I drank too much. My head is a fright. I look in the mirror. My eyes aren't any clear. And now I look like a big, ugly reindeer. I got the horn sitting on my head. My tongue's cut with fur. I wish I was dead. I can't relate, Lord. I just can't think. I know what I need is another drink.
I like hangers. They're really ace. I love it when the vomit dribbles down the face. I take some paracetamol and whoa, Lord save us. I want to make love with Dickie Davis.
I lay on the floor, I felt quite sick. My head, it was incredibly thick. My mouth tasted like it was full of beans. I looked up, there was a man in tight jeans. I said, hey, this song should have been sung, but boy, you sure are well hung.
Last night I had some cake and... No, start again. I just can't do this game at all, but I'm going to do my damn best. Last night I had some beer and some cake. Now I have a great headache. I am what you call an alcoholic, and my nature is bucolic.
Hello. Hello. Hello, 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 everybody. My name is Anna. Last night I got drunk on tequila slammers. I was drunk, I was out of my head. Can't remember what I did, can't remember what I said. I came into the party and the next thing I do, I was jumping around naked like a kangaroo.
Yeah.
Last night I started drinking. I wasn't really thinking. And now I wake up, I'm totally stinking. I'm lying in my bed. I wish I was dead, because I feel like my brain is bigger than my head.
Right. Okay, very good. Everyone went on there. And 93 points, everybody, but double points to Paul Merton, Man or Rhythm. Now we come to a game called Party Quirks. This features Sandi Toksvig as the host of a party, hostess, and the others are all going to be arriving as guests at the party, equipped. They look inside the envelope in front of them. Each of them has been allocated a strange party quirk or way of behaving, and Sandy's got to guess what that quirk is in each case. And if she does gets them all, then she'll have got them all. So, Sandy, if you'd like to come down here and start improvising the party, the others go around there, coming in, Greg first, and sort out an order. And I'll bring him in making a sort of doorbell noise with this sort of doorbell. So, are you ready, Sandy? Is this party on the way?
Yes. Now, I think we'll have soft drinks. No, I think we'll just have alcohol. Am I completely ready? Yes, I think I am. No, I think I'm not. Oh, God, I've never held a party for schizophrenics before. Hello?
Hi, Sandy. How are you? Here, I brought you a little gift. God, I hope it's enough. I don't even really like it that much.
Well, that's jolly kind of you. Would you care for a drink?
Oh, yeah, I'd love a drink. Yeah, I hope I don't get drunk and throw up like I did at the last party. That was hella embarrassing.
Well, what's the gift?
Oh, the gift? I can't really tell you. It's a surprise. Well, it's a stuffed badger, because they were really cheap.
All right, excuse me, just 1 second.
God, this is
Darling.
Hello, how are you? Thank you for the lovely, gorgeous presents. I don't know what I'm going to do with the Lords of Leaping, or the Maids of Milking, or the Drummers Joining, but it was absolutely wonderful. Thank you for them all.
No, it's my pleasure. Would you
I
like
know,
to-
over 12 days, how you managed to get all that stuff together. I can only imagine that you went to Harrods or somewhere
Yes, did you get the
superb.
partridge in the pear tree?
Yes, I got the partridge in the pear tree. Yes, I did.
God, why'd she invite him? What a jerk.
I invited him because he's my love.
Oh, wait, I think you've got Paul there. You're getting it subtly, but let's have another one coming in.
I knew that. He seems like a nice guy.
He's very nice.
Yeah, that's the doorbell.
Excuse me. Hello.
Hello.
Hello. Hello. You met the neighbours?
Yes.
Got a drink for us?
Yes, got a drink. Just 1 second. I just open the fridge here. Get a bowl. Some milk, possibly, would be suitable.
So, the trouble with milk is... That's
Yes.
better.
Well, don't worry. It'll fit in with the decor. It looks a bit of an Aladdin's cave down here. Now, I expect you'll
Sorry
be
about
wanting
the mess on the carpet. Have you got a bucket?
I haven't, but why don't you pop out to the barn with the other cows, Mr. Pantomime Cow?
Pantomime cow. Give you that. There was
I don't know who you
a
are.
pantomime horse, but never mind.
I like to keep you around just for fun.
Thanks a lot. God, I hope she got me a present.
Right, okay, lovely. Hello.
Hello.
Come in.
How are you, Sandy?
I'm very well, thanks.
Merry Christmas. Greg, how are you?
Fine, Mike. How are you?
Pretty good. You know, it's so good at this time of the year for friends to get together. And we celebrate the times that we had, the times we will have, and the future for all mankind.
Yeah, don't squeeze him too tight. I think he's a bit unsure of himself.
I wish he'd take his big, sweaty, fat paw off me.
We can hear what he's thinking.
We can hear what he's thinking. That's right. Well done.
Brilliant.
And last guest on Mike.
Ladies and gentlemen, Greg Proops. Now let's close the show by you and me singing our favorite little Christmas carol together. Let's do a Judy Garland. Come on.
You got a guess, Sandy?
I tell you what, it's one hell of a nice way to spend Christmas with you here on your own talk show.
Right, that'll do. Yes, well done. Yes, very good. I think you got them all there, Sandy, so I'll give you 94 points and 103 to everybody else. Now we come to a round called The World's Worst. This features all 6 contestants. You'd like to come forward, stand if you can cram yourselves onto that World's Worst step, and step forward just as you think of examples of the world's worst person to come and visit you when you're in hospital at Christmas. Okay, just what do you think of that? I'll buzz as soon as I've got the idea of each one. Where you go?
Chief Superintendent, you got some visitors. It's the Cray twins. Would you?
We've had the most marvellous time. It's such a shame you went banged up. You went to this party, and then we went to another party. We've been so drunk and...
Hello, Granny. I got a new song. The sun will come out tomorrow.
If you die, can I have your present?
Hi, how you feeling? Look, I want to get a couple of pictures of the kids since you won't be there for the Christmas party. Now smile.
Oh, you're in traction, are you? What? Woo, ooh, ooh, ooh.
What's this drip do?
Yes, I was the doctor who operated on you, and I seem to have lost a pair of scissors somewhere.
Hello, my name's Eric. I'm the enema elf. Let's see the South Pole.
All right, well, I think we've picked the bones out of that. Well, I worked out the points for that game. Let's take a break. See you after that. Bye. because it's Christmas, I've awarded double points to everybody for that last game. Rather pointless, really, because it doesn't help the competition along. But now we go to a game called Props. The 6 competitors divide into 3 teams of 2, as you might expect if you did elementary arithmetic. Now, first of all, Paul and Mike, here's an item you've got to come up with as many different ways of using. As I buzz between you and Josie and Sandy, if you'd like to take this.
Good job, Tony hasn't got this.
Yes, absolutely. You stay on that step there. And the final pairing of Tony and Greg, that's yours. I think we've got the season of the year well in mind on this particular round. Anyway, I buzz between the pairings, just as we think of some examples. Starting with you, please, Mike and Paul. Where you go now?
Hang on. No, it's not going to work.
Hang on now, it's not going to work.
No,
Not
I'm
one of
trying
the
to...
best improvisations.
I want a special effect, but it won't do it.
And people will never believe this is really improvised.
Do you know how many trees they chopped down to make this tree?
You got frosting all over my bowling ball, you stupid ass.
That's what I was trying to do! That's what I was trying to do!
Perhaps you'll remember me from your first acid trip at Leeds!
That's the joke I was going to do! It was!
Too late, Paul.
I don't know. Do you think my armpits are too hairy?
Bo Derek, myth or reality?
I don't mind eating with a Chinese family, but these birthday chopsticks are a pain in the butt.
It's typical of my husband. He's given me this and there's no batteries.
Merry Christmas. I'm Atlas.
Don't heckle each other.
Turkey doesn't look done, honey. I say you put it back in for another 20 minutes.
Oh, and I've got a date tonight.
And the winner of the Gay Civil Rights 500-kilometer Freedom Mince Run is Tony the Lizard Montego.
And first prize at the primary school fancy dress goes to Jeremy, who's come dressed as a Christmas tree. Well done, oh, sorry.
Dad's dead, so we just coated his head with delicious
Oh, darling, I'm back for Christmas.
And so, Professor Johnson, what do you think about this extraordinary shape of Io's moon? It is absolutely not totally funny either.
Oh, no. Headmaster, don't fan me this time. Spank me with the happy stick.
I don't want to be the fairy on the top of the tree.
Look what the budgie's done to the plum pudding.
Okay, let's end that there. That's a very good selection. Thank you very much. Bring your props back.
Another one there.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I think we had some of the very best props there, and indeed some of the worst. Now we go on to a game called Musical Producers. And in this, Sandy and Paul, you're going to be the producers of this show. The others are going to be acting out the musical as instructed by the producers. So we'd like to get ready to go in around there. I think it's been Josie and Mike, first of all. But it's going to be about somebody's Christmas here in the studio audience. So I'm just going to go and find that somebody in just a second. The gentleman here, can I just ask your name, first of all?
Dick.
Dick. That's a very good name.
Yes.
Sometimes it gets lost, I dare say. But now, is there something you really like doing at Christmas, Dick?
I enjoy Christmas stuffing, actually.
Christmas stuffing.
Yes.
So Dick likes stuffing at Christmas. And what path we're going to go down? So stuffing. How about something you dislike at Christmas? Something that really annoys you about it?
Well, I don't want to steal anybody's, but vomit. I can't stand that.
You can't stand vomit. Not a lot of American musicals about vomit, but I suppose there must have been a few off-Broadway ones or off-colour ones. And something you'd really like to do at Christmas that you perhaps never done?
Have a swim.
Have a swim.
Yeah.
Right, that's very Christmassy. So, based on the life of Dick's Christmas, can you get swimming in vomiting or possibly overeating to keep it within the bounds of taste, and stuffing. So make that sort of turkey and stuffing and stuff like that, and away you go.
I see it.
Yes, Shane.
I see it set in a kind of warehouse.
Oh, it's good, it's good, it's good.
Yes.
But I see water in the warehouse.
Water in the warehouse,
Yes.
yes, lots of water.
Yes, it's a watery warehouse.
Yes, it's a swimming pool with a roof, and there's a lifeguard comes in, and there's a woman.
Oh, the girl, she dives up through the water and is in a sparkling swimsuit.
Yes, and their eyes meet across the pool.
Oh, it's lovely.
And they sing a song of love.
Such passion.
You swim pretty darn good. I'm an Olympic athlete, and I haven't seen anybody swim as well as that in many a year.
Well, swimming's easy. You just put your one arm over, then make the other one follow, and what do you know? You're swimming.
You kick your little feet together to and fro. You're swimming.
You're swimming. Oh, you know it's so easy. Why not come into the water with me? And what do you know?
What do you know?
We're swimming.
So what we've got is, we've got perfect love there.
Yes, perfect
But there's
love.
some sleazy bastard who's going to ruin it all for them.
Yes, but who on earth could play the part of a sleazy bastard,
I don't
sing
know.
and dance? I don't know anyone who could do that.
But what he's going to do, he's going
Yes.
to take this wonderful warehouse with a swimming pool and turn it into a hideous Roman baths with a vomitorium in it.
I like it.
Okay, you two, your fun stops here.
Hey, Mr. Boss Man, you're the guy that bought this place out. What do you plan to do with it, huh?
I am a member of the landed gentry. I'm a Duke. Yeah.
You make me
puke. Correct. And this here swimming pool, no more fun you're gonna have, 'cause there's gonna be little bits of carrots everywhere.
Don't worry, dear. Relaxo. We won't really be sick. We'll use Paxo.
That's a good idea. What the hell is Paxo?
Yes, I like the lyric on that, but I don't think the Americans are going to understand Paxo.
But I got it. Their wish to be together goes up into the great firmament of the skies, and the Christmas fairy hears them.
And sings a lullaby and brings peace and harmony to the planet.
And the sleazy bastard gets that Christmas stuffing he deserves.
Yes, I like it.
We'll do what you say, okay?
Whatever you
All right,
say.
everybody, just calm your giblets down.
Who are you?
Who's this fairy?
I'm the Christmas fairy. I'm the anorexic Santa Claus.
Ding dong,
Ding dong, ding dong.
Christmas time is here again. Let's all boys and girls just go for a swim. That sleazy bastard will get it in the end. It's Christmas. All the boys and girls are lying asleep. They don't know that Santa's brought sheep. They won't get anything. It's a jip. It's Christmas.
Oh, what I'd like for Christmas.
Yes?
It's a wish so very dear.
I'll grant it.
I'd like my swimming pool back again.
It's here.
It's here.
It's here.
Your swimming pool is here. Anything you want for you, not you, my dear. It's Christmas.
Right, thank you very much. Very, very promising. Very, very promising. Bound to be a success as long as we get Andrew Lloyd Webber's name on the title. Well, that is the very last game, and I'm totting up the points, and I see, well, quite extraordinary. Who would believe it? At Christmas time and everything, it's a completely dead heat. So, how wonderful. Well done, all the contestants. And the prize The prize for winning is to read the credits out in the style of my choosing, so I'll have to ask all of you to do it in the style of a Christmas Carol. So we'll just have to improvise a Christmas Carol with the credits, as I just thank Greg Proops, Josie Lawrence, Paul Merton, Sandi Toksvig, Tony Slattery, Mike McShane, Richard Branch, the piano. This is me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Richard Branch, Senior Cameron, Sam Boston, with the night Hilary Branch, costume designer, has a thousand different dreams, Jane Digger, Robbie Helpin, River Ryan, Chris Paul, Dan Patterson, Dan Patterson, Dan Patterson, Dan Patterson, Dan Patterson, give us some money!
Hello and welcome to Whose Line Is It Anyway? And tonight our Teenage Mutant Ninja improvisers are, first of all, Mike McShane, the veritable Leonardo of the performing arts, Sandi Toksvig, the Toulouse-Lautrec of the one-liner, then the ever-cheery Paul Merton, the secret love child of Whistler's mother and Van Gogh's uncle, and finally, a bit reluctantly, our post-impressionist hero in a half Nelson, Jim Sweeney. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Right. OK, so now the first game we're going to play is called Film and Theatre Styles, and this is going to feature Mike and Sandi as a pairing. So I can step forward. I'm going to give you a situation in which to improvise. Just a second, but what we'd like is some film and theatre styles. Let's go for some, imaginative ones this week, off the beaten... Student drama class. Medical drama. What was that? Traditional Japanese, and I heard... courtroom drama behind that, so I don't think we've had that before. Brechtian, yes, that should alienate the contestants. Jolly good. So, what do we have? Yes, your scene is two strangers in adjoining hotel rooms. You don't know each other, you've got two hotel rooms, but they happen to interconnect. And much merriment results.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, hello. Are you the waiter? And if so, why have you got nothing on?
Wow! I was stepping into the bathroom to get towels. I'm room 225, you're room...
227.
How odd. Sorry,
No, please don't cover it up, but anyway, your hand doesn't seem to do it.
Medical.
I'm holding it on just with my knees, doctor!
What an interesting medical phenomenon this is. A man who's as big as he says he is. Now...
Traditional Japanese. Yeah, I don't know how long you can hold that. But let's end on a courtroom drama.
And I put it to you, my lord, that while he stood verily for a moment, it soon sagged. And that this man surely should not have interconnected with my hotel room. Guilty?
I say nay. Nay to that. I was a victim of excessive hormones.
Let's end there. Thank you very much. Thank you. Right. I'll give you 22 points each there with a bonus of 5 for not using the line about it'll never stand up in court. So let's move on to another game, which is called Alphabet. Straightforward game, this. It's going to feature Paul and Jim, and they're going to enact a scene for us. But you start each line with a letter of the alphabet, and then the next line with the next letter of the alphabet, and so on through until you've done all 26. And to make it a bit of fun, let's decide which letter we're going to start with. Doesn't have to be A. Start with a P, always a good way to start a day. And the scene I'm going to get you to do is one of you is caught in quicksand, OK? And the other one is just helping out or not helping out, as the case may be. Starting with the letter P.
Please help me! Quicksand, is it? nothing, say nothing, I'll pull you out. Today, if you could. Undoubtedly. Grab my hand, then. Verily, I will. Well, here we go. Well, pull. The X-rays! I need X-rays! My arm's broken! Yes, it feels like it is! Zorro was my favourite children's... Are you quicksand seeping into my brain? Are you a sad little man? You are, aren't you? Basically, yes. Come on, I'll get you back out here on dry land. Damn, I nearly died in that quicksand.
Everybody does, you know.
Finally, yes, they do.
Goodbye to the quicksand, then.
Hello to a new life.
I love you.
Just saying that.
Kinky little devil.
Love me?
Much.
No.
Oh, yes.
That's it, that's the end. Well done, you got that well, yes. Very good. Yes, pretty obviously double points for that last game. We now come to a game called Song Style. This is of Mike McShane. He's going to make up a song on the spot here with the assistance of Richard Vranch on the piano or any other musical instrument that comes to hand. It's got to be something you find in a fridge. Can you think of... Maggots, a great fridge... What was that? Mouldy tomato was the exciting suggestion of something we don't want to go and visit, or at least eat with. But we need a style. Sorry, I'm rambling on here. We need... Calypso. Have we done a calypso? I don't think you've done a calypso, have you? Can you manage that?
No.
Yeah, you can do anything. I can hardly say it, but you can sing it. It's just...
About a mouldy tomato?
Mouldy potato. Tomato. You say potato, I say tomato. Let's...
Forget it.
Refrigerator full of vegetables. Most of them fresh, but one little baby that's inedible. He's my little tomato. I love it so much. It squeezes and wheezes when I give it the touch. It's so moldy and moldy. I love the tomato.
All right. Oh, well, that must be at least 70 million points for that. So let's move on. Let's move on to a game called Translation. And if my notes are correctly, we're going to have Sandi explaining something in a foreign language. And it'll be translated for us to make it into English by Paul. So they get ready for that. But let's work out which country do you want this set in? Outer Mongolia. I think Venezuela I heard, but I think this is a familiar. Outer Mongolia. So... Sandi's going to speak in Outer Mongolian, but which aspect of Outer Mongolian life would you like explained? Yak and lavatory is what I heard there, so it's the physical functions of yaks, with particular reference to that unpleasant aspect of life. Where you go, then?
Hello. Now calm down. Imagine you are in Outer Mongolia and you see towards you walking the most beautiful specimen of yak you have ever laid eyes on. You think, how on earth is it going to go to the toilet? You can try leading them into your house, you can show them how the flush works, but most yaks don't care for that sort of thing. Most of them are happy with a cast iron bucket. No, but seriously. Here's a funny one. There's these two yaks on an exercise bike. And the other one yak says the other yak. I'm really hot and tired. In fact, I want to go to the toilet. And the other yak says, you're too late, I already have.
Thank you very much. That'll do. That's enough of that. Thank you. That was so authentic, that Outer Mongolian. I'm going to have to give you no marks at all. So let's move on, and let's a musical round, which is a march. They've got to make up a march, a sort of song based on march form. So don't all rush forward, because you're all four are going to do it with the assistance of Richard Vranch at the piano. And we'd like to do it about somebody's hobby. So has somebody got a hobby here that'd be worth singing about? Train spotting. I think that's about the one we have done already in this series. So.
Chimney spotting.
Chimney spotting. I'm going to rule that out as not a real hobby. I'm sorry to offend you. But hang gliding is. So hang gliding is full of fun, I think. So where you go, starting with you, Jim, please.
A march, 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 march. That's what we hang gliders do. March, 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 march. You certainly would too. We glide all day, we have such fun. It's great fun by the pound. Until we forget how to land and hit the bloody ground.
I like to go up high, up into the sky. But there's one thing that's very unpleasant. I don't think anything's going to rhyme with unpleasant, actually. It only happens very occasionally. It only happens to some. But every time I go up, I get a draft up me bum.
Oh, I love hang gliding. I do it every day. I sometimes go up in the air and sometimes I go to Bray, which is near a place I used to live when I was but a boy. Hang gliding's not a hobby, it's more of a sort of big toy.
Very good.
I'm an adventurer. I like to keep my many, many days filled by becoming a member of the Blind Hang Flyers Guild. I like to go up in the air, though I can't see a thing. I loft off a cliff on a prayer and a wing. I'm flying left or right, I really can't tell. I have no idea is heaven up or whether down is hell. But when I reach the end of it, I land up with the flash and I make a perfect three-point crash.
Well done, yes. Oh, that was so... Very good. That was so like a march. I'll have to take a break to work out those points. See you after the advertisements. Bye. Welcome back. Welcome back. That was very good. So 3 points each. Now we come to a game called Props. They divide into two pairs for this. The first pairing is Mike and Paul. Now I'd like to give you that. And you've got to come up with different ways of using that. And meanwhile, Jim and... Oh, here it is. Sorry, I thought that was part of me. But there it is.
Trust me, Clive.
Yeah. Such bad memories. Now, oh, well, you just have to use different ways of using these things, and I'll buzz between the two pairings, starting with you, Mike and Paul.
I don't know what happened. I was just standing here and this torpedo suddenly shot right through my bag. I told you it'd work. Look, a zebra mated with a python.
You'll never get past super pregnant, man. I'm impenetrable.
What do you think? A bit camp for a Newcastle supporter? Could you have a look at my satellite dish? There's something wrong with it. It keeps picking up crap 24 hours a day.
You must have Sky.
Oh, darling, it's so beautiful here at sea.
It certainly is.
Welcome to the island of the Amazons. Are you a man?
Yes, I am, actually.
Boy!
Well, it's as long as you said, but not terribly useful.
Thank you very much. Well done. Jolly good. Yes, thank you. Thank you. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think that all worked. And let me see. Yes, 72 points there. Now, let's come to a game called News Report. And this is going to feature Sandi Toksvig sitting in the studio as a TV presenter with Paul with her, and they'll each be on a stool as an expert. All right, but out in the field, we'll have Jim playing a reporter, and he'll be interviewing whoever he comes across, and whoever it is, it'll be played by Mike McShane. So that's the setup, rather complicated setup, but what the whole programme they're going to be doing is like a news programme, but it's going to be about a nursery rhyme, something like Little Bo Peep. But can you suggest Humpty Dumpty? That was a good one there, I think somebody said. So Humpty Dumpty, go for Humpty Dumpty, and away you go after the music brings you in.
Welcome to Regional Rap, where we look at stories too dreary to go on national television. This evening, the story is hot. Humpty Dumpty, we've got an expert on the eggs in the studio. Mr. Paul Merton, what do you think has actually happened here?
Well, a lot of people saying he was pushed, a lot of people said he fell accidentally, but I've got a feeling that the King's horses and the King's men know something about this.
Well, let's go over into the field where I believe Jim Sweeney has actually got one of the King's horses there.
That's right, Sandy. I've got one of the King's horses here with me. Do you think there's any chance you'll get together and do something about this?
I don't think all the King's horses or all the King's men could give a rat's butt what happens in that last game. I'd like to tell you right now, he's been a big pain in the wavo ever since we had to deal with him.
Sorry, Jim, we're going to come back to the studio there. A little bit of a reaction. I mean, maybe a mistake to let the horses have first go.
Yes, perhaps, but it's the old saying, you know, never annoy a horse, otherwise you made an enemy for life.
Well, thank God you're here as an expert, because what a fabulous old saying that is. Now, Jim, I believe you've got the remains of Humpty there with you.
Yes.
Can he speak?
I've got Humpty. I think he can. It's the bits that are left over. Most of them, of course, have gone to 7 different hospitals. Humpty, is this the final crack-up for you?
That's real funny, man. That's real funny. You know, I was just minding my own business, having a couple of Ramos fizzes, when these big butch boys on horses came up and started poking fun at me, calling me thin shell, Mr. Omelet waiting to happen, all that kind of stuff. Well, I got pretty mad, and I leapt down, and they started poking me, and now look at me. I mean, it's only the top half. What can I do with this? I'm not even good for an 8 cup.
There we are, so that's the state of play here with Humpty. I'm afraid the yoke's very much on him. Back to you.
Jim, thanks very much. And thank you to Paul there in the studio. Well, it's been a flash news item. It's been a bit of a flash in the pan. We'll be back with more news later on. See you then.
Yes, a lot of points there, 95 points each. A deduction there, I'm afraid, to Jim for that thing about the yoke. And let's move on to another game called Helping Hands. This will feature Paul Merton in an acting role, and he'll be acting out with Jim, but Jim will be helped because he won't have to use his hands. Sandi will be providing the hands by putting her hands behind. Well, you'll see. Come on, get in position. Sandi, you have to put your hands through his armpits, if you can know you're ready to do that. And basically what I'm going to do is a situation you've got to act, but Jim's got to follow what his hands are doing, as dictated by Sandi. And Paul, you're a patient going to see a doctor who turns out to be this combination creature. So you're a patient going to see a doctor.
Oh, doctor.
How do you do?
Oh, hello.
Nice to meet you. What's the
well, I'm not
what's
sure.
the problem then?
Well, I've been getting a sort of nervous tick.
Yeah.
Just sort of about here.
That sort of thing. Oh,
yeah, you don't seem too well yourself.
No, not really. No, it's playing me up a bit. Oh, there we go. There we go. Big deep pockets. Big deep pockets. Very important for a doctor. Now then,
Yes.
how long have you had this particular little problem that you've got at the moment? Tell me, I'm a doctor.
Well, it's been about 5 days.
5 days. Well,
Yes.
5 days. 5 days. It says down there.
Yeah.
I see. Well, let's have a look. Could you just open your shirt? Just
Yes, certainly.
Yeah.
Sort of there.
Yes. Oh, yes. You're a very attractive man.
Yes.
Not often you see string vests.
No, it is not.
No, let me see.
So, what's your diagnosis?
5 days, you say? Oh, dear, tricky one, this. 5 days. Oh, all those lessons I bunked off. 5 days. I don't know, you might have an ulcer coming on, I'm not sure. The best thing to do is take 2 of these.
Yeah. Oh, you dropped them out. Oh, no, there they are.
There's another 2, I've got thousands.
OK, good.
And 2 of these twice a day.
Right, OK, I will do. Well, thank you very much.
You're welcome. Nice to see you, as I say.
Nice to see you. And if you have any problems, do feel free to, just pop back and see me anytime. I'm always here.
OK, thank you very much. End there. Off. Yes. I think that earns Paul 15 marks and Jim an appearance before the BMA committee. Now we come to a game called Musical Producers. And this is for Paul and Sandy. They're going to sit on stools and pretend to be musical producers, and they'll describe a musical which will then be acted out, or more likely sung out, by Jim and Mike. But what I'd like you to suggest, if you would, is the title or the topic for this musical.
Election of a Prime Minister.
Election of a Prime Minister. Fabulous. A timeless piece, this, I hope. And so away you go.
I've got a thought.
Yes.
We start in the back rooms of Parliament.
Good God, that's brilliant.
Thank you. They're discussing. It's subterfuge. It's intrigue. They're going to kill the incumbent Prime Minister.
Do you have it?
Yes, I do.
The secret ballot.
In my pocket, son.
I'll get it myself. Oh, my God. Really him?
He must be our new PM, unless he dies.
I've got the money, he's in for a big surprise.
I like that's intrigue, that's good.
It's good, but I think both women are playing it too heavy.
Yeah.
Now, the next thing I think is the Prime Minister with the Parliamentary Private Secretary.
Yes.
Talking about what's going to happen.
Yes.
In a 60s rock opera type of way.
Yes, I can see it exactly, and they look across the desk and they fall in love.
Yes.
Prime Minister, I've been with you so far, Nick. I've got to put this letter down and this pencil and tell you something. You look magnificent sitting there. Yeah, your flabby white cheeks, they fill the chair.
Yeah.
As a symbol of power, you're nothing.
Thanks a bunch.
But as a sex monkey, you're something.
Hey, let's do lunch.
I love you.
Love me.
Love you.
Love me.
Every way I can.
You.
I'm your #1 towering parliamentary fan.
Yes, that's very good. I like that.
Sex, intrigue.
Yes.
And now a little death.
Yes. What do you mean?
I think the Prime Minister should die, and in the last death throes...
He sings a really raunchy reggae number.
Yes!
Quick! The Prime Minister's dying!
I'm going. I won't be here much longer. It's been a good life as a PM.
What are we going to do without you? Tell us the plan for the future.
Slip in fast. I'm not here much longer. Boy, you got a good there, stronger. I'm a-going. You're gonna be my replacement.
Hurry up, man. Sing it down.
You're the PM, the new 1C. No more of me. I'm going up to see my maker.
OK, let's end that there. Thank you. Thank you very much. That's it, fine. Very good. And that was the very last game. And totalling up the points as the very popular winner, Mike McShane is this week's winner. So, and do the credits in the. Actually, do the credits in the style of a 1930s radio announcer. So it just remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Sandi Toksvig, Paul Merton, Jim Sweeney, Richard Ryan's pianos, and me, Clive Anderson, saying good night. Good night.
Live, it's Whose Line Is It Anyway? Live from the forehead room of the Hotel Anderson,
with Mike McShane, Paul Merton, Jim Sweeney, and Sandi Toksvig. Improvised music by Richard Sparky Branch. Title sequence by Steve Bendelak. Camera supervisor Rolly Luca. Vision mixer Martin Coates. News are close for Walter Winchell's. Floor manager Jim McDonald. Remember, he's open 24 hours a day at the Automat serving soup and sandwiches. Production accountant Deborah Ford, and indeed she is. Researcher Maria Britton. Production assistant Nikki Cockcroft. Production manager Avon Harpley, the blonde bombshell. Director Chris Bold, who needs him? Executive producer Dina Sedano, we all want her. Producer Dan Patterson, I can't make up my mind, all win!
Okay, hello, and welcome to this special international edition of Whose Line Is It Anyway, which tonight features from America the massive talent of Mike McShane, from Canada the amazing skills of Colin Mockery, from Denmark the missive talent of Sandi Toksvig, and from just around the corner the local boy made bad, Tony Slattery. Ladies and gentlemen, the contestants. Now, not too much will get to their heads. We start with a game called Film and Theatre Styles. They break into two pairs of two for this. First of all, Sandi and Colin, you'd like to come down? I'm going to give you a situation to improvise in just a second. But first of all, can I have some suggestions for some film and theatre style? Kitchen sink dramas. Good. Sorry, what was that? Children's TV. Jolly good.
Pantomime.
Pantomime, yeah. Any, one more, I think?
Rocky Horror.
Rocky Horror farce. That's might be one. Oh, we've got loads there. So your situation is one of you can't get to sleep and the other one's trying to help you over that problem. So whichever way around you want to do that, that's your situation. Go.
I can't sleep.
Well, do you want me to bring the sheep back in again, or was that not very successful?
No, try it again. But make the jump a little higher, because they keep hitting me in the side of the head here.
Yeah, no, I'm sorry about that. Flossie, if you want to come in again...
OK, let's do it as a kitchen sink drama.
I think I should tell you something, Derek, before Flossie comes in.
What's that, Deirdre?
Flossie's pregnant.
I thought I was protected. Damn, and damn once again!
I'm just guessing, but are you cross?
Yes. It was just once! Just once!
I know, but she had a hell of a smile on her face.
Can we move rapidly into children's TV?
Shall I bring Flossie in?
Oh, could you?
We'll see what she's got to say. Can you see her? Can you see her smile?
Edge you on to farce.
Oh no! Look! Out the window! The figure's coming and we got a sheep in the bedroom! Put your trousers on! Here, hang on a minute. You hide in the sheep. I know we've done that before.
End on that happy note. Thank you. Move back. Thank you. Right. Well, I'll give you 5 points each here for touching just occasionally on the topic I gave you, and bonus of 55 to the sheep for really taking over. So Tony and Mike, I'll give you your situation. Can we have a few more styles, please? Home video. Home video, yes.
Chinese comedy.
Chinese opera. Oh, very sorry? Melodrama and Open University.
Prime Minister's question time.
It's not really a theatrical style, is it? I mean, especially real people there. Not actors. It's not like in America where Ronald Reagan played the part. Now, any more? Amateur dramatics. Well, I think we have a million there to choose from. But here, your style... Well, your situation is you're having a duel. Where you go?
So, Countess de Baudricourt, you think you are better than me at shootsmanship?
I, Philip de Cochon. My eye can beat better upon a falcon flying than any man too.
Well, you have a spade, and I'll have a Kalashnikov. Let's see who's...
Whoa. Open University.
In the 15th century, these firearms were often used for putting a lead ball distinctly between the two eyes.
That's right, and if we look at this pie chart here, we'll see that Mike is wearing a variety of terribly ugly 70s clothes.
Stop giggling, Tony. It's Chinese opera.
Ding, 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 ding.
Now I got to use your rifle cannon.
Oh, Lotus Master, once you teach me the secret of the lead dragon, I will be the most powerful man in Pekong.
What's all this rubbish going on?
try home video.
All right, hold still. Okay,
You're all right.
okay.
No,
now
I'll
you have
pretend-
to-
I'll pretend
all
to
right.
shoot you. I'll pretend to shoot
no,
you.
fire, no, okay.
Do you get
no,
that?
point at the camera.
Do you get that?
Point at the camera
Sorry,
here.
sorry, I've just been in a toilet. I've got to
Okay, so go on.
All right, there you go.
That's got enough of that. Let's finish on melodrama.
So, you point the camera at me, the very camera you film.
Oh, go ahead! Make long noises like a cow! Nothing will save you now!
I know what will save me. I'm going to walk in a completely implausible fashion. To the death, I say. I can't go through with it.
I had a change of heart. You're acting so bad, I decided to kill myself.
No! Marry me instead.
That's your conclusion to that. 9 points each there for the improvisation, with a bonus of $1 million each for hopelessly overacting. Jolly good. So let's have a game now called props. They divide into pairs of 2 for this. Mike and Sandy, that's your prop. You have to come up with as many different ways of using that as possible. Okay, and Tony and Colin, yours is a 2-part prop, which I think it is. And there it is, or there they are. And just buzzing between the 2 groups of 2. As soon as I get your idea of it, away you go, starting with you, Mike and Sandy.
Honey, when I'm cremated, you're gonna have to put me in this size one, all right?
I killed the Dutch boy and stole his shoes.
Good! Bambalaya, Bambalaya.
I am the Dutch boy's friend. Where is he?
Well, it's big, all right.
Some women consider me a classical lover.
Shirley Bassey, put your clothes on.
Oh, dear.
This was found in Egypt. It was called the Rosetta Porta Potty.
We can make great coffee from this.
Honey, I'm really hungry. Can you open the peanut butter for me?
What do you mean, Captain Kirk? I'm getting camper.
Okay, thank you very much. That's there. Thank you. Right. Let's give 14 points each. Anyway, well, let's move on to a game called Helping Hands. Now, in this, I'd like you, Sandy, to act out a situation with Colin. So we'd like to come down ready. But to make it easier for Colin, since he's a newcomer, he's not have to use his own hands, but Tony Slattery will provide the hands for him by putting them through the armpits like that. And the situation I'd like you to do, Sandy, is you're ordering a sandwich at a sandwich bar or something like that. And there's your sandwich tender.
Hello, have you got anything that's fresh at all?
Fresh. Fresh. Yes, I believe. Yes, I do. This stuff right here. This meat. It's meat. It's roast beef.
Meat? Are you sure? I mean, it...
Very good. Very good.
Yeah, but you've eaten it now.
Oh, sorry. No, you don't want any of that. We'll have some ham. Would you like some ham?
No, well, you just flicked snot all over it. I don't...
Look, I'm sick and tired of your attitude.
Well, I'm sorry. I'll just have a coffee, please. Can I just have a coffee?
All right, a coffee. You have a coffee. All right, you have a coffee. There you go. Like that.
You've spilled it all down me now.
Oh, really? Well, look at this. Maybe you just like this, a comb.
Well, that's terribly
You
kind
can use that to make little designs on the cheese.
Yes, I know, but you've got coffee all down me and I still haven't got my sandwich.
Oh, all right. Here, have a napkin.
Oh, that's terribly kind of you.
Here, let me wipe you.
Oh.
Oh, sorry. I'm a little nearsighted.
Yes, I can tell it.
Look,
I'm not...
I have ears.
Okay, that'll do. That's fine. Thank you. Thank you very much. Oh, there it is. I don't know. Based on Based on audience acclamation, I think I'll give 96 points to everyone on that last game. Now we come to a game called Musical Producers. This is going to feature Colin and Sandy as the producers of a musical. If you'd like to get your stools ready to sit there, it has to be done on stools. They're going to be describing the musical, and then it'll be acted out for us, or rather sung out for us, by Tony and Mike, with the assistance of Richard Ranch on the piano and other musical instruments necessary. But this is a new musical, but we'd like a topic that it should be about. Wasps. Wasps, a very good suggestion. A very easy word to rhyme. Wasps. A million rhymes for that. So if you just describe the first scene and we'll get going. Take it away, Colin and Sandy.
Okay. Young lovers, okay?
Wasps.
Young lover wasps. That's right. That's exactly what I was going to go
Wasps
for.
are big in the marketplace today.
Right. So they're out together and they fancy each other and they do the traditional wasp song.
Yes, wondering why they're not producing honey. I like you, I like your stripes, I like your size and I like your sting. I want to marry you, here's your wedding dress, here's your gold and silver honey-made ring.
Oh, I'd like to take this ring, but there's one important thing.
What's that?
We've been going out a long time, I mean, you're a slave and I'm the queen.
The slave goes out and she sees this beautiful young girl.
Yes.
And he decides he's going to sting her.
Okay.
But if he stings her, he'll die.
With a hacking cough.
In a 1920s flapper number.
Beautiful girl.
What a day, what a day, what a day to pick some flowers. What a day, I could pick for hours and hours. Look, a little wasp, he's got a stinger. He wonders what it would cost.
I'm going to sting you right in your head. And when I've sting you, we're going to bed. Let's do it now, let's flap our wings and fly away.
Okay.
It was a great song and a hell of a dance, wasn't it? Now.
Years later.
The slave wasp is dying.
Yes.
Having
and
left his stinging the woman and the queen.
feeling really bad that she rejected him, comes back to pay her final respects.
At his deathbed. It's so sad.
It's very dramatic.
You're dying.
I'm dying.
I just came to say goodbye. No flying.
No flying.
No more. Just say goodbye.
But since you've offered to be my wife, I've got a new lease of life. Let's fly and sting our days away.
You're alive again. We'll be better friends. Let's sting our way to fame.
Okay, honey.
Pretty good. Yes, and okay, yes, pretty good. While I work out the points for that, we take a break. You see some advertisements. See you after that. Bye. Okay, welcome back. Welcome back with 94 points being shared equally amongst the four competitors of that last game. Now we come to a game called World's Worst. This features all four competitors again. If you'd like to come down to the World's Worst step. And you have to step forward when you've got examples of the world's worst person to be a superhero. Okay, I'll buzz when I've got the idea of your suggestion.
Ah, don't worry, Flatulence Man will save you.
Oh, a phone booth. You're safe! It's Ballet Man!
Squelch! Hello, I'm Incontinence Woman.
Don't worry, it's me, Salmon Man.
Don't back off. I, Captain Forgetful, will take care of it. Where's my costume? Where's my costume?
Listen, I really want to save you, but the baby's due any minute.
You will will not burn down the fourth bridge, not faced with Mimotron.
Well done, yes, very good. Yes. Sorry, you caught me by surprise there, but a lot of points to everyone there. I'll work out who I'm going to give them in a minute. Now we come to a game called Song Styles, in which Mike McShane is going to make up a song on the spot. And what's he going to make up a song about? So could you think of something you'd take on a picnic?
Banana.
Banana? Well, banana seems a possible one you could use. No, only one thing. We're not a whole picnic for him, but banana's fair enough. Not so easy to run. No, we've moved on from that now. But we'd like a style for him to sing in, which I don't think napkins qualify as light.
Cole.
Sorry?
Rock and roll.
Rock and roll. Oh, rock and roll. Have you heard of rock and roll? Have you done those a million times?
Why, yes, Clive, though I wear a suit and tie, I do have a funky underpinning.
Well, get your funky underpinning out. Mike, and away you go.
I like food. I love a picnic. I can swing with almost anything. Cottage cheese, easy to please, but one fruit really makes me sing. It's yellow and long and not too strong. This is a banana song. They say monkeys, well, they love them. They just can't get enough of them. Well, I'm a primate, number one. Me and that little yellow fruit gonna have a lot of fun. I open the hamper, I peel it down. I munch banana all over town. Ha!
Very good. Excellent. Yeah. Yes, thank you very much. Yeah. All right. Another 72 points there from Mike McShane. Let's move on to a game called News Report. This is going to feature Sandi and Tony in television studio. Sandi is the anchor woman, and Tony is an expert. Out in the field, we'll have Colin as a reporter, if you'd like to go over there, and he'll be interviewing, well, anybody, and those anybodies will be played by Mike McShane. So this is a whole news programme, but it's going to be about a nursery rhyme. So can somebody suggest something like Little Bo Peep or Humpty Dumpty? Something?
Black Sheep.
The Grand Old Duke of York. I'm fairly confident that's a nursery rhyme, so away you go. And away you go when the news music comes in.
Good evening and welcome to We Know More Than You Do, where we patronise you at peak time. And this evening, a very exciting story. It's a royal story, and with us an expert in the studio. Now, the Grand Old Duke of York been with rather a lot of men, hasn't he?
He's been with rather a lot of men. I think this is the most important point to clarify. The latest reports coming through from Reuters is that he has, in fact, had 10,000 men.
Okay, thank you. I'm sorry. I'm going to stop you there. We've got one of those 10,000 men. He is exhausted, but he is going to speak to us in the field.
10,000 men. You were one of them. When you were up, and now you're down. How do you feel?
Man. He's a grand old duke and party till you puke. I'll tell you, that guy can go for hours. I mean, I was number 359, and I thought he'd be steaming, but he was still ready to jazz, baby.
Okay, back in the studio here, a bit of a comment from the Peerage de Brett's expert.
I think one of the things to bear in mind is that there were points in which he was only halfway up.
Okay, lovely. We've actually got the farmer who owns that hill, been tramping up and down 10,000 men with the Grand Old Duke of York. How's he feeling?
All right, your entire crops have been trampled by 10,000 men. How do you feel?
Well, I'm planning on taking the crushed wheat and selling it to the Shreddies Corporation.
Thank you very much. Is it one final word?
Well, it's just come through on Reuters again that he is in fact going to be rechristened the Grand Old Duke of Pork.
Yes, you heard it here first. We'll be back with more news as it happens.
Okay. Right, thank you very much. Put your stools back there. Very, very good indeed. No points, unfortunately. Now we come to a game called Alphabet. This is for Tony and Mike, so if you'd like to come down ready. They're going to act out a scene. I'm just going to set them a little scene. The only difficulty that we're going to give them is they've got to start each line with successive letters of the alphabet. But we don't have to start with A, because I've got a suggestion. L. That wasn't just a yelp of pain. Oh, well, not this game. L sounds good, so we've got to get back and do L again at the end for the big finale. And the situation you've got to do is just two surgeons performing an operation and chatting about it.
Lucky sod, you get off this week, huh?
Michael, this is sudden. What causes jealousy?
Nepotism. Ooh,
Perhaps your wife doesn't happen to be the best nurse on the hall.
Quite, she isn't.
Really, I thought you had more tact and morals than that.
Silly person! Can't you see that you've just taken out his windpipe?
Oh, tracheotomy time!
That goes under the neck. Under the neck that goes.
Very good!
Whoa, we've done it!
Oh, the Zivological ridge seems to be opening up.
Yes, that's right.
Zip that baby up and I'll bust for lunch, okay?
Oh, no, he's dead.
Big deal.
Careless Butterfingers.
Dr. Cock Up.
Every time.
Forget it. I'm hungry.
Good, me too.
Hell, let's go to that new salad bar.
I'd rather have a steak.
Well, jam it up my kabaga. I'll have a steak too.
Kaboga, what's that?
A linear tract of the... Forget it.
That's it. That's very good. Very well done. A particularly good round of alphabet there. Half a point each. Now we come to a game called March, in which all four competitors are going to make up a song, a march, on the spot. So if you'd like to come down ready to do that. And what I'd like you to do, studio audience, is suggest some type of profession that they can make this up. Banker, I think, has a possibility of a rhyme or two. There'll be penalty points for anything too obvious on this, though, Tony. So can you start, please, Tony, keeping off the obvious rhymes, and away you go.
Oh, fiscal things are sweet to me, in many ways they're honey. Yes, my life centers around lots and lots of money. Oh, money, 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 I don't need wit. To be a banker, you need to be a duplicitous git.
We had a cashier in our bank where she couldn't do any counting, which is really difficult, but she was very good at mounting. So instead of making her into a bank teller, we put her by a lamppost and set up trying to sell her.
I love the feel of money. It's so crisp in banks. I like the smell of dollars, of pounds, of francs. Instrumental!
I'm dating a woman. The woman is a banker. She's damn good to me. I'd really like to thank her. She lets me make deposits every day and every night. An early withdrawal's a penalty, but for me, it's all right. I've got lots to put in the vault. Just because I'm loaded, it's really not my fault. But I don't think I could find anybody the worst or the best, cause she always charges me with interest.
Well done. Yes. The sadness is that that's the very last game, and totting up the score, I see that Tony Slattery is this week's winner. So well done. A reasonably popular choice there, and the prize for winning is to do the credits in the style of my choosing. And can you do it, Tony, in the style of the world's most enthusiastic person? We'll read the credits in that style. So it just remains for me to thank Mike McShane, Colin Mockery, Sandi Toksvig, Tony Slattery, Sally Slattery, yes, Richard Frosh, me, Clive Addison, saying good night. Good night.
Whose line is it anyway? Devised and compiled by Dan Patterson. What a great producer he is! Oh, Mike McShane, he's big Sandi Toksvig. She's Richard Roger. What brilliant music! Oh, he's great. Stephen Benderline, what a fab name! Ah, it's brilliant. Vision makes some money goes. Videotape. Nicole, I can't pronounce that name, but I bet she's got in bed. Oh, production by Tony Moss. Costume designer Joe Thompson. She's a crazy girl. I love her so much. This program's so brilliant. Researcher Ryman. Production assistant Nikki Cockcroft. I'll be seeing her later. Oh,